type of review bike that is from a company that's notorious for being unapologetically fixie and YOLO swag, which is the opposite of the dignity and the class that I stand for here. That's right, Pure Cycles, formerly known as Pure Fix, sent me their top-of-the-line model to review. Now I can hear you, Zach, you're working with Pure Cycles? Haven't you warned against them in like all of these videos? Well, Pure Cycles is not, I repeat, not paying me to review this bike, and I am an equal opportunity reviewer. I've been riding the Pure Cycles Orion for the past 3 weeks, so here is a quick bike check and my first impressions of the bike. Air pollution sucks, and not being able to breathe because of air pollution sucks, and not being able to ride your bike because you can't breathe sucks, amongst other things. Protect your lungs with the Inversion Layer 2.0 Net Gator by clicking the link in the description. Looking at the complete Orion, you can tell that this bike is a departure from Pure's loud and colorful style with a matte black paint job that loves to show off your greasy fingerprint collection, accented with minimalist Constellation decals. The frame is made of double or triple butted. I can't tell because the website says both, so let's call it double and a half butted. 6061 aluminum equipped with a full carbon fork. And the head tube of the Orion is tapered to keep up with the rest of the market. With a hydroform top tube and seat tube along with integrated chain tensioners, steel-plated track ends, and a non-integrated seat post clamp to prevent cracking frames, and mostly smooth welds, the Orion ticks off a lot of boxes for being a quality aluminum frame. And it doesn't look too shabby either. For the rest of the components, we have brand name components aplenty. To start things off, let's take a look at the contact points. For the handlebars, we have Data Elementi Pista handlebars in Data proprietary 31.7 millimeters because Data wants to dupe you into thinking you can only use Data bars with Data stems. And of course, these bars are rockin' track grips because they look cool. For the stem, we have a matching Data Zero stem that has a box profile that surprisingly feels so good to hold and to stroke. Moving back to the seat post, we have a matching Data Zero seat post with a try-hard looking Pro logo Scratch Pro saddle. It even says Pro twice in the name. Told you it was try-hard. Something I particularly like about the saddle is the reflective accents on the rear because safe is sexy. And contrary to popular belief, you do not need to power on the saddle before riding. Bringing it on down to the pedals, we have my trusty and a bit dusty time attacks that I may be swapping out for toe clips and straps in the near future. And the Italian component party, at least the name, doesn't stop at the contact points. The cranks are 144 BCD Miche Primato Advanced arms in 170 millimeters. At least that's for the 58 centimeter model that I'm reviewing. As pretty as the silver finishes on these crank arms, I would have loved to see them in black to round off the murdered outlook that they came so close to completing. The chainring is the stock 46 tooth Miche Primato Advanced paired with a disappointingly generic and cheap looking 15 tooth cog for a spinny warm-up track ratio. This drivetrain is strung together with my go-to chain, the KMC Z410. Thankfully, the wheelset is a respectable and functional one. The rims are 25 millimeters deep, which is a much welcome change from Pure's notorious heavy and flashy 40 plus millimeter rims. Moving on to the hubs, we have the simple but rock solid Novatec sealed bearing hubs. And the front radial lacing keeps even the details of this bike understated but competitive, with supposed speed benefits from decreased weight with shorter spokes and improved aerodynamic profile, yada yada. For my first impressions, I'm pretty pleased with this bike's spec and how it rides. It's aluminum, which is not exactly my taste, but it's not as harsh as I was expecting. And although the matte black shows just how grubby your paws are, I can't deny that it's pretty badass, while the constellations keep it unique without being annoying. The ratio is great for brakeless street riding and flat as a pancake Sacramento, and while the geometry is a bit more relaxed than a true track geometry frame, it's still responsive but more comfortable for street riding. That's it for this bike check of the Pure Cycles Orion and my first impressions of riding it for the past 3 weeks. If you don't want to miss out on the full review coming next week, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button so you can become a subscriber and stay reasonably dangerous. And if you want to become a super subscriber, consider supporting me on Patreon. Once we raise $150 a month, I can spend less time negotiating with companies to earn grocery money and more time making videos. Once we hit that goal, uploads will double to twice per week. I am here in hot and polluted and allergy-infested Sacramento, California, and on a hot 108 degrees such as this, usually I wouldn't be able to go out and ride my bike because I have sensitive lungs and I have asthma. And being out in a polluted environment for an extended period of time can cause irreversible damage to your lungs, which sucks because breathing allows you to ride your bike. But you're smart, you already knew that. The creator of the Inversion Neck Gator 2.0 wanted his son to be able to go out regardless of what the forecast is. It protects your lungs and allows you to breathe in polluted air, such as this air that I'm in right now, in places such as winters in Salt Lake City, LA during rush hour, or Sacramento during the summer and spring. If you want to keep your lungs as healthy as possible and still be able to enjoy the great outdoors regardless of what the weather is, check out the Inversion Neck Gator 2.0 by clicking the Kickstarter link in the description. Go fund it and you won't be disappointed. And with that, I'm gonna go enjoy my ride now because my lungs don't care about pollution no more. If you've already ridden your bike today, why don't you reward yourself with another video? If you haven't ridden your bike today, stop watching me, get out and ride your bike because it's summertime and you should deserve to be out there in the sunshine.